Alrighty. Y'all wanted to see this? This is... what is this called? It's o0o with 15015. Yeah, I learned about this person back in February, or I do remember seeing that they had produced for Edward Skeletrix, and so yeah, I guess that album music is like actually sort of considered an EP. I don't think it was initially stated that that was that when it came out, but now we have this album, and a few of you are hyping it up for me. So okay, and we got an Edward Skeletrix feature too. Okay, let's see what the deal is. I wasn't too much of a fan of that project I listened to back in February. I thought it was cool, but not really holding out strong for me. There was one song I remember on there though that I was like, was up there for me. But anyways, let's see what the new stuff is.
So late, what they talk about? What you want about? I don't give a fuck what you want about. I can imagine that this won't wrong. Who was talking to her? What you want from me? Imagine that your friends, bitch, talking to me. She was in my ear, so I'm turn around. You don't give a fuck. I got my baby, we trying to find me out.
Okay, it's certainly a weird track, as I would have been expecting. You kind of have this like sort of sample-esque type deal for first little bit, and then we get into sort of o0o's performance with something like heavy industrial, like wonky industrial sound. For a first listen, it's intriguing. I don't know how much I'm really feeling with it, but okay.
She wanna fuck, tell her go down, oh yeah. Man on. She just wanna fuck, she don't want. I just want you, I just want. Talking real crazy to me, what the, I don't want for that time. I just want, make her fuck my D and start like L's with the fire. She just going around, she wanna eat me, yeah. Niggas only look on up, I'm gonna look down, oh no.
Yeah, I like that song. That's quite palatable, I'd say. Good vocals on there, and for the most part, ambient track, and then that beat comes in. It's effective.
Funny good time with me, I'm locked in. That bitch hit from the back, nigga, I'm locked in. Oh, bitch hit me in from the past, leaving in the past tense. Yeah, I know like bitches, that's all I know. Why the fuck I'm around? Why y'all niggas on this? Yeah, I'm being shit. But I don't get it wrong. She was in me, and we were wrong.
I do like this song. I'll have to see what it's like when I return to, because at the end of the day, I really need to be sucked in. I think vocally I'm always sort of happy. I think sort of this auto-tune sort of riffing s that I get from them can be quite satisfying. And Edward just seems so I'm getting a lot of depression, man, with that, and it really works with this sort of emotional, like, sort of moody backing to it. Okay. All right.
Would you feel the way about me if I did not give a fuck? I just want the raise up. But if I said I didn't even want the raise, would I be lying? Am I disingenuous? Am I never? Shit, my niggas gonna try to try me though. But if it just gonna try me though. I know how these bitches is they trifling though. I'm on a mission now. If you don't know how to not give a fuck, have to learn how to not give a fuck. But I know that I'm not giving up. Me, bitches all I need to go ride me.
I do like this song. First off, I will say, knows how to make beats work like so emotionally. I will say. I think that is what's selling for me the most. Vocally, it's working too, but it's one of those things where I'm just sitting there like thinking like, okay, is this going to be as memorable on re-listen, right? Like, I don't know, but and I like that transition that it kind of goes into later. That also works quite well. Okay, yeah, I don't mind this song. I don't think it's as engaging as the other tracks. I mean, if you spend a long time with the sort of this beginning, which sort of kind of gives off like a Sampha vibe, but the transition is like kind of like way different and not blending as well. Okay.
Face it, why not play it out? Lift me up, go home, I know, take it down. she fucking know me, but she don't really know. I just love her. How the fuck am I listening to it? Oh shit, I wanna believe you more.
I don't really think I like that song that much. Like that beat on there is not the right type of abrasive for me, I guess, is the only way to put it. It just was off-putting. And that hook wasn't really selling either. So that one I'd really say is the one I can initially out the gate say not for me.
This is my summer bucket list you guys can take inspiration from. Just a couple things I want to do this summer. You know, for the hot girl summer. As Megan said,
I need you. I told you before that I really know.
I don't mind this one, and I do think the vocals near at the end or second half are really selling. So.
My man girl said she gon' leave me, she gon' leave me, she gon' leave me back. My dad, what he just gon' leave me, he gon' leave me. He said he didn't have my back. He run around, think I need it. Got a bad bitch, she face was hard with me. On that blood, we're down with my skirt fast. She wanna pull up her skirt, I need that. I'm like, man, she on my own. I need like 2 models, yeah, they ride up with me.
Yeah, this one's not that bad either. Pretty enjoyable. Beats working. The start of that is, again, the auto-tune elements of this, yeah, like, I think I might have said in album music that it's sort of Kanye-esque. Although Kanye, when it comes to the overall sound, I don't think he would ever come close to this. But that's the sound, or is used in that Kanye song, I Am a God, right? I might be wrong, but it's definitely Yeezus-esque.
hello diary. This is my summer bucket list you guys can take inspiration from. Just a couple things I want to do this summer. You know, for the hot girl summer. As Megan said,
there may be songs that fall down for you. 50 plus, 2 plus bigger phones. What you want for long? I'm a situation for these hoes. I don't know what the fuck these bitches want from me. But if I feel no emotion and I get motion, what do you want from me? Pretend that you want
Yeah, I love that song. That one's very ethereal. Fucking with it. That There Will Be Tears sort of sample on there, which I don't actually know what the original song is, but that is used in the song There Will Be Tears by Frank Ocean on... Or I don't even know if it's a full-on cover. No, I don't know. But Nostalgia Ultra, that's a great song. And then I can tell, too, that you're using that for, like, Frank Ocean Love or Worship, because at the end, that sort of sample is from Endless. He was so fucking goated album.
But you ain't doing shit. So baby, baby, I made moves on there talking about, but you ain't doing shit. I ain't tryna claim them. Too bad bitch on me, too bad bitch on. I'm too bad bitch on the knees, let me roll. I'm too bad bitch on it.
Okay, I do like that as sort of an interlude or a reprieve. I still think it could have been a little bit more expansive than what it is with that sort of like repeated line, but or even with the instrumentation. But
take a leap of faith. I was broke the other day. I don't even fuck with niggas. Got this shit my own way. I don't care about my old way. I don't care about new slaves. Yeah. Stay on my body forever, baby. Just like fucking black ink. Yeah. I think I just spit off. Yeah. Just choke it up, I think, little bit. Wipe off that spit and breathe some more. Put you in a cycle, nigga. EBB and breathe some more. Yeah, you know it's FTB.
I thought life was about respect, she gon' shake that ass on me, go pro POV like that perception.
I put my trust in niggas, had to take a leap of faith.
They was fans till I ain't give a nigga a hand out. Every time I talk to a nigga, they got their hands out. Hey, they praying too out.
Whatever it's worth.
I'm tryna put in work. Niggas tryna steal the sound already, tryna eat up my dinner plate. I ain't even get a piece yet. Niggas got a problem with problem, you got a problem with me. What's up with niggas? They always wanna be involved. Like I said in the least, nigga, yeah, I'm tryna evolve. Why they tryna line shit up like it's there, what's wrong with y'all? I don't give a fuck about y'all niggas, all I need is y'all. That pussy nigga, I'm praying for. She give me headphones. Niggas think I'm playing, I got a vision. Yeah, I'm dead, folks.
I win! That's my job! That's what I do!
This is my summer bucket list. You guys can take it.
okay, probably one of the best beats on here. Not really sure what to think about Prblm on here. o0o is pretty good on here. Yeah. The one thing I will say about these beats is they just have so much gravitas to them. You know what I mean? Like, listening to this, it's like there is like certainly an intended emotional weight that's supposed to be given, regardless of maybe the substance of the vocals. Okay, I'd say that's one of the more instantaneous songs. That one's definitely high up there. I will add too that I think this like hot girl summer thing is like way too overdone on these tracks. I just feel like it's not something that you should have on that many songs. I don't know. That's just a little my own personal sort of feeling there.
This is my summer bucket list you guys can take inspiration from. Just a couple things I want to do this summer, you know, for the hot girl summer. As Megan said,
And it will feel right. But I'm with you right now. She has cash, she's spending night. But it's right now. I'm just telling you all for the combination, make it out right now.
This one's okay. I think the beat's a little too much for me on this one as well, but again, still working emotively.
もしもし、o0o元気ですか？渋谷は今日もいい天気です。
Well, you can call your folks. They don't even know what you want. I feel they pussy right, I don't give a fuck. Why you wanna talk? I don't know. But I need you 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 know. Talk shit. We gon' hurt the girl. She gon' hate your shit. I'm gonna talk about that shit right now. I'm tryna pop shit. You know what I need. So I'm tryna pop this. Why you leaving? Why you leaving? I don't get confused on that. So I'm calling you since you're with me. What's going on right now? She wanna play for me. Like I said, what I need is you know. What I need is you know.
Yeah, I don't mind that one as well. I think it's got a decent hook on that one and sort of good emotional sort of instrumentation alongside that. Yeah, okay, one more song left and then we can kind of talk about how I'm feeling here.
She just wanna talk about it. Fuck niggas on my pocket. Gotta watch who's around. Fuck niggas wanna talk about it. Bitch said I gon' be. Fuck niggas on the road. She wanna talk on me. Niggas wanna claim all my shit. Fuck is you claiming on me? Bitch ain't talking about me. She wanna show her body. Bitch ain't got real. Bitch ain't got real.
Okay, I'd say that last song is probably one of the better ones, if not the best. But okay, there you have that. That's 15015, and I don't know. I'd maybe have to re-listen to album music, because I know that was one that was relatively mixed on, and yeah, like listening to this, I'm like, I am so unsure on what to think. Like, production wise, I'm always like, yeah, this is top tier when it comes to production. And vocals, there's certain moments where vocals are peak, and then other moments where I'm just kind of confused as to where it's going. It's like, you know what I mean? I can't really put a pin on my emotions, I think, when I listen to o0o. And one thing I was saying too that maybe was a kind of a positive thing was going like, wow, these songs feel like they're just really trying to hit you on the emotions sound wise, but they kind of almost always elicit that same feeling. I don't know if that will change on re-listen, where I can really, feel the difference of these tracks. I don't know. And I is still in that midst of, okay, some of these are too weird for me, in the sense where, okay, I like that creativity, but I'm also not sure if that's hitting the liking it as much. So I don't really know. I'm gonna have to just hit it with that 6.5 out of 10 right now and think, okay, this could go. I don't know if it would get really too much lower unless it really started to annoy me. But I think it has the capability of enjoying it more if the songs sort of really stick out. Yeah, that's all I could really say for now. So we'll see what happens. Okay, 15015. I gave this a 6.5 on that first listen there. And it took a few more listens, and I really had to pay attention to that last listen, and this is sort of like with that first project album music. I'm like, okay, I'm finding it very hard to know what to feel, because there's certain elements to this that I really am not liking, and then there's stuff that I'm like, okay, like this is creative, right? Like this is certainly taking a very left field direction, and I don't know. I guess my opinion would be, there is times where being, trying to be different doesn't always pan out, okay? And I said in the video too, I was like, this could go down if I find this annoying. And I do find a lot of this to be kind of annoying and not overly, like, it's like, I'm like, oh, I want to take my headphones off. It's too much. So I'm going to give it a 4.5 out of 10. Is this album all bad, though? No, I wouldn't say that. I think it starts off pretty strong. I think the first track on here is decent, and I think the best songs on here are tracks 2 and 3. Then probably track 1 is probably the best, right? Track 4, okay, still like that. Track 5 is when I start to have problems here. Song with that sort of sample at the start, or if that's Tyian singing, and then, what o0o is bringing is just not enough. I really just want to be free. I gotta be honest, guys. I think this is one of the worst beats I've ever heard in my life. It is so obnoxiously annoying. Yeah. Track 7 kind of follows up with that beat too, kind of, but it's not as bad. 15015, I think that one is where the vocals really stand out as, like, not being that good. There Will Be Tears, kind of cool as a mood piece, but not really something I'd ever come back to. All I Ever, that repetitious hook on that one is not really that good. Leap of Faith, I didn't like this one as much coming back to it, but it's still not as bad as other tracks. And then I think the last 4 are not too bad, but Do You Feel Alive Around Me is sort of meh. So yeah, it's like this really big 4-track that's no. So yeah, I don't really like this album. It's kind of creative, like I said. It's certainly seems like it's genre bending, but it's just not really overly that interesting to listen to. I think, a little bit too cacophonous for my tastes. And I guess I do like sometimes louder, noisier music, but there's just not any really big payoff with this. At the end of the day, I will still say, yeah, production seems on point with all of this. Like, it's definitely sounds well made, but the sounds that I'm being provided with are not always ideal. Okay. I know some of y'all said I was going to like this, but no. If there's anything else you want to see me react to or anything at all, you better comment down below. And thank you for watching. Peace.